Good morning, everybody, and today we're placing a rear window regulator slash motor on a 2014 Honda Civic. These are normally pretty easy. I've looked up videos on YouTube. None of them have the complete process from start to finish with all the tools and everything and techniques, so that's what we're doing today. Might seem a little long, but you'll be able to do it yourself and know what tools you're going to need to use. So the first thing you're going to need is a small flathead screwdriver. What you're going to do with this is in the very corner of where the switch is for the window regulator, there's a little cutout for about this size flathead screwdriver. You're just going to put it in. You're going to notice it's going to start coming up a little bit at a time. You're just going to slide it around, probably a little bit as you go. And it should come pretty much right up. It's just held on by some clips. That's it. Once you get that out, you just press this little button right here to detach the wiring harness and pull it out. You're gonna tuck that in there, and then you're gonna come up here to the handle. You're gonna notice there's a little tab right here that you're gonna take the same little flathead screwdriver and push down. Get your fingernail or another flathead screwdriver on this part by the lock and pry up while you're pushing this down. Pull out the handle and it should pop right out. Then you're going to grab a Phillips head number 2 screwdriver, and you're going to take your fingernails, or if you need a flathead screwdriver or a interior pry tool, you're going to search around the base of it and pull it out. It should just be held on by tabs now. Just pull the tabs out. And at this point, the only other thing you have to undo to get this interior door panel off are these clips right here for the door handle. So you're just gonna pry that open, lift out. And lift out. Now your interior door panel is out. Set it off to the side carefully. At this point, you're going to take, this is a weather shield. You're going to take it, you're going to pry it off, pull your wiring harness out, until you got the interior door exposed. At this point, you can see the wire for the track. If you come around to this other side, you can see the track right here, this silver thing, and then you can see the bolts holding it in. These are the bolts right here, these 4. So at this point, you're gonna stop for a second. You're gonna put tape around your window to hold your window into place, and then you're gonna, after your window is secured and it's not gonna move, then you're gonna take these 4 bolts out. And there's gonna be 2 bolts holding on the window track in here. That's gonna be a little hard to see, but you're going to be able to get to them from reaching behind with a wrench. Okay, so the best tape to use for this is painter's tape. I cannot find my painter's tape for some reason. We have a whole bunch of it, but I can't find it. So we're going to use masking tape. Now the reason you don't want to use duct tape is because the duct tape will leave a residue when you go to take it off, especially in a very hot day like today. That glue will just stick to everything and you're going to be cleaning up a lot. So we're going to go ahead and tape up this window really well so it doesn't move. Don't be afraid to use a lot of tape. The more tape you use, the more secure it will be. So now your window is secured. So now when you go to remove the track, it's not going to fall down on you. So on this one, it looks like it's going to be, to remove these, it looks like it's going to be a 10mm, and I believe it is the same for the inner window. Let me see. So yes, it is a 10 all the way around. So you're going to need a 10mm open and close wrench, and you're going to need a 10mm socket wrench. I'm going to undo the window first since it doesn't work. So when I remove the track, the window will stay there and the track will come away from the window. So right here, okay, now that you got the 2 screws out of that bracket out, like this. So that bolt that goes right in here, and on the other side, with the middle one on the bottom. Let's open up this door a little bit more. Make sure your bolts are not getting lost. I'm gonna take 2 of these 3 out and leave the other one just loose, so it keeps it in place. So this one I'm gonna leave in, but I'm just gonna leave loose. Just get it roughly in the hole. Make sure it's not seaming tight as you put it in with the wrench. Put it all the way in. Now these, unlike the old days, these are self-guiding and aligning windows and window tracks. So you don't have to worry about so much if, after you get it done, the window not lining up right to go into its track. It'll pretty much do it on its own. Okay, get it tight. Not over tight, we don't need He-Man death grip. So now, before you go put everything back, you check it with both the front switch and this rear switch. Make sure it's all working. Your interior weather shield. Line it back up with the glue lines. And if you do this just right, nobody, not even Honda, will even know you were in here. Now I did get this job priced out from my buddy that always cuts me a good deal. That's why I always do business with him. And I asked him how much it would be parts and labor installed. I asked my other buddy that also does it, and they gave me around the same price. They said around $396, say $400 shit. Now, what we ended up doing is we went down to AutoZone. You can go to AutoZone, Napa, Pet Boys, Advanced Auto Parts, whatever you have near you, and tell them the year, make, and model, submodel of your vehicle, tell them which window it is, and they'll get you the part. We ended up going to AutoZone because they are the ones that actually had it in stock right when I needed it. I ended up spending, with tax, about, let's just say just under $100. We'll say $100. So you're saving yourself about $300.
It's right there.
So you're going to end up saving yourself about $300 and about an hour of your time. Just watch this video beforehand and know what tools you're going to need. Make sure you have the tools available. Make sure you have the part. And you can see, just as I did it, I'm a YouTube mechanic. Just did a little bit more research than maybe you're doing. And bam, got it done. Got the window regulator in my daily driver for work done. And it didn't cost me $400. So these, Honda installed these, which is actually pretty clever, to help hold this in place while you secure it. Okay. And it being so hot out right now, this is not even sticking to the glue. The glue is just staying malleable. Okay. Stay. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So now, you're gonna grab your interior door handle, or sorry, interior door panel with the handle. Grab the handle part of it, and you're gonna apply these back in where they go. So they have two different ones. They have one that is a bigger round one, which only one can fit into. See, these are different sizes. So one, you can't really mess this up. One size will only fit into here. You just put it back in, clip it in there, and then clip the white thing back around it. Do the same to this one. Put it in there. It will only fit one because it's one size.
The screw is going in my butt. Sorry. It's okay.
Click it back in, and bam, your handle's hooked up. And it works. Okay, so now you're going to take your wiring harness for the switch, and you're going to make sure when you put the panel back on that it's coming out through this hole. You're going to slide the track in first. Make sure it's down. You're going to clip in the whole perimeter of it, and you'll hear it and feel it snap in. Make sure there's no gaps. If there's a gap, that means one of the clips are not back in. Then you take your screws, and remember, when you took it out, you're supposed to remember which one went where. Now I know the silver one, the bigger head one, goes down here. Screw it all the way in. And you're going to take your black one. You're going to put it in behind here. Snapped into place. Then you're going to take your little interior panel, finishing panel that you took out. Snap it in that side first and that side. Then you're going to take your handle. You're going to connect. Make sure this is the most important part to make your window work from the back side. Plug it in before you snap the panel back in. And then you can see where this part slides in behind the fabric part. And then you just take it, snap it back in, make sure it's all down, and you're done. So this job was fairly pretty easy. I said I was going to go over, we went over how to do it. The tools that we used were a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, a 10mm closed and opened end wrench, a very small flathead screwdriver, and a 10mm socket. You can or cannot use an extension, it's fine, but we used a 1/4 inch drive extension, 3-inch, with a 1/4 inch driver. That's all the tools you're going to need for this job. So as long as you make sure you have those in stock, you have the motor in stock, you're going to be able to do this in about half an hour to an hour time, depending on how motivated you are. And with that, this is going to wrap up the first video for the new channel. This was the install on a 2014 Honda Civic rear window regulator / motor. I'll catch you in the next video. If you like this, please hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know when more videos come on. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.
Hee hee. Back up.